Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk to you about my favorite hobbies, knitting, and my horsemanship journey with my two Mustangs. I am getting ready to go out and feed them. This is the usual start to my weekly podcast. I come to you from the Pacific Northwest, where I live with my partner, our two kitties, and the two horses that I am getting ready to go feed. It is Sunday, December 1st. I'm going to turn you around so we can go outside and put on my boots. And finish the conversation. So, planning to explain how Vlogmas is going to work this year, because I think I do it differently every year. So this will be Vlogmas episode 1, and I plan on continuing this in a weekly format. It is just after 7 a.m. here near the 48th parallel. You can see the sunrise. You can see the nice shiny and clean horse and truck trailer. I am going to a jumping clinic with my older Mustang today, so I thought I would get cleaned up for it today. So back to the topic of how Vlogmas is going to work. I am going to film, or at least my plan is to film every day, open my advents, give you a little snippet about the day, and then put the whole thing together on a weekend when I'm not working. I have been off work since the day before Thanksgiving, which was several days ago. Lost track of time. I have not put out a regular episode yet, which is why Vlogmas 1 is going to be the regular episode. I have a finished object. I finished a gift knit, so it's blocking right now. I will post that on Instagram. Because I can't share it since the recipient is often a viewer. I have several works in progress when I'm trying to finish up so that I can start the advent knitting. I have at least a couple days left on it though, and I'll show that to you and talk about it later. I'm also going to talk about the jumping clinic. So, I don't know if you can see Odin. He's the one that's going to the jumping clinic with me. He doesn't know it yet. We have done a lot of riding over the weekend. We rode Wednesday, took Thanksgiving off, rode Friday, took yesterday off when I was washing the truck and trailer, and I went for a bike ride yesterday. Bragi, hi Bragi, my younger Mustang, is going to hold down the fort, which he does not enjoy. But I'll talk all about that later. I'm going to get to feeding. Hey everyone, welcome to the knitting portion of my episode, Vlogmas 1. I just got back from the jumping clinic that I rode Odin in, so I'm actually still in my riding breeches. I do have a knitted object on, so I can show you that. I'm having a little trouble seeing out of these glasses, so I don't know, I'm just going to go with it. I didn't wear these socks. So these are Freckled Whimsey Advent socks from last year, and I opted to make them long socks. And I have worn them as boot socks before while I'm wearing breeches, but I opted not to this time because it was really cold out, and I wore ski socks instead. So, and by really cold out, I mean it was like 33 degrees, which is quite cold here for the Pacific Northwest, and it can be bone-chilling cold just because of the dampness. So, the clinic went really well. I'm going to talk about that more in the horsemanship part of this episode. But I just wanted to, since it is Advent, I wanted to share with you the Advent that I have. So I bought the Freckled Whimsey Advent self-striping yarn. So this is really pretty. This is the Serendipity, which is the 75-25. Let me see. It has, this is quite festive. Wonder what she is calling this. How about if I, merry and bright. I would totally agree with that. This is a 24 stripe repeat. So I may do another pair of long socks because that's kind of been my thing, I guess. And it came with this contrasting mini. So very pretty together. I actually signed up for her Halloween club. I kind of said I wasn't going to start because I'm trying to work on my stash. But I love her yarn. I've been a little bit envious of her Halloween clubs, and there's only four to go. So I thought, well, it's hard to overdo it with 4 skeins of yarn, right? So the other thing that I got is this Advent. And it is a Notions Advent. And there's no name on it, interestingly. So I think it was Polka Dot Creek. So I'm going to open number 1, door number 1. And it's a, oh, this is so cute. This is a candy cane stitch, Progress Keeper stitch marker. It's got the little lobster claws, so I can't wait to use this. Yeah, super fun. I may do that, use it on my next cast on. Very awesome. Love this. So speaking of that, let's talk about works in progress. So I do have one finished object, like I mentioned this morning on my walk out to the barn. I'm not going to show it here. I will, it should be almost done drying, so I will take a picture and post it on Instagram. So feel free to follow me on Instagram if you're interested. I will try to remember to put, try to remember to put my Instagram handle like somewhere. This is really hard because it's backwards. My view is backwards. So this is a works in progress. You have seen it before. I have a couple more sections left. This bag was made by my mom. Just a very simple drawstring bag out of horses, of course, fabric. Love it. So I am knitting a Christmas cowl by Tellybean Knits. I don't have the front page, but this is what it looks like. This is a paid for pattern. So again, Tellybean Knits. Stephanie Lofton is the designer. I will have that in my show notes. I am on chart E, and I think there is one more. So this is where I am. So I've chosen kind of classic Christmas colors for this. And the reason why I'm in a hurry to get this done is because her Christmas mystery knit along started today. And I want to finish this. For one, I probably need the needles. And 2, who needs 2 holiday? So I'm trying to show what this looks like. So I just finished the light. Sorry about the light. Let me see if I can get that. So you see the little reindeer and the trees, and then this is more like the poinsettia or at the bottom. And then the next section is starting in green, or color 3. And it's a very simple pattern. I think it's only like an 8-row pattern, and then the next one is like that too. And hopefully it's a bind off after that. So I should be able to, might even be able to finish that tonight. So I've been using my stash yarn. So the yarn is, I've actually had to dig into some scrap yarn for the yellow or gold. So the original gold was a Barocco fingering wool. And then I have continued to take a dive into my scraps. and minis, and we'll add these as needed. This is a Barocco, this maroon color, and it is it's the same kind of yarn. It's 100% wool, same as the gold that I started with. And then this is a different, so this yarn was frogged from something else, a shawl I didn't want to make, and so kind of a very nice holiday green. Also, I need this green for the mystery knit along. So I do have my yarn put together, and I'm aware that I need that green for the mystery knit along. What else do I have going on? So this, my sister-in-law gave me this bag, and it's a big project. It is a poncho. So it is this Icelandic poncho that is from this 24 poncho book that my sister got for me. And this is the first poncho that I am knitting out of it. So instead of this kind of traditional, and it's out of worsted weight yarn, instead of the kind of traditional diamond motifs here, I am using, I just got a stitch dictionary, Colorwork stitch dictionary, Knitovation. I have shown that before. And I am doing, this is top down, so can you see what these are? Oh, this way. Here we go. Can you see what that is? It's an owl. There we go. How about if this is so hard. I apologize. It is really hard to show this. Hopefully you can see that. Owl. So that is from Knitovation, and I just copied the pattern down in this book. This is the Origami book that has it's not grid paper, it's dotted paper, so you can easily make it grid paper. So I was working on this before I realized that the 1st of December was coming soon, so I kind of put this aside, but it is my most active works in progress besides the gift knit that I just finished and that holiday cowl. So I expect to pick this up pretty soon, because I mean, once I have the holiday cowl, I may be in less a hurry to finish the mystery knit along, even though her clues come out between now and the 14th, 13th or 14th of December, so that you have plenty of time to wear it. We'll see. I have other things that I want to work on too, so there is that. But hopefully this little candy cane will be my next progress keeper for the new mystery cowl that I'm going to knit. So that is super exciting. So that's the knitting progress that I have made. So I got that all done in almost just 10 minutes. So hopefully that was enough knitting content for those of you who like the knitting content and maybe not so much the horse content. But what I wanted to talk about the horse content is about being fair to my horses. Last week I talked about how horses are predators and they see the world in a very different way. Horses are not predators. Horses are prey animals. We humans are predators, and that we have this relationship, predator and prey animal, that's built on a deep bond of trust, is remarkable. I would even call it magical. And so I think a lot about being fair to my horses, because they did not choose to be with me. I chose them to be with me. So I want to kind of change the thinking about horses as commodities, or as maybe like a bicycle that you just bring out and put away when you need them. I want to think about the relationship piece of it, and to really honor the trust and that bond that we have built. So I want to talk about, again, being fair. So I wanted to make sure that Odin was ready for this clinic. He was in shape enough, he had the right mindset. So how do you be in a training program when it's not your idea? The clinic was my idea. And I know he is much better off when he gets regular exercise. The title of my last episode was Odin the Mustang has dad bod, because he has kind of a couch potato body shape, because I haven't asked him to do that much. But what I started doing is these little daily exercises with him. Just kind of, there's a way to get horses to do kind of tummy crunches so that they can develop their core, and also to do some exercises over poles that also helps them work their core, because it requires them to lift their legs when they do that. And I've been doing some trail riding. So I've been trying to give him lots of rewards, allowing him to earn cookies when he does things well and reliably. I have also been giving him plenty of rest and days off. And so that is the way I am thinking about being fair to him. And what I'm really happy to report, again, it was just, he was ready for this. He was completely, he was as fit as the other horses were. He was very careful with his feet. And also being fair also means that as a rider, that I also need to take care of myself, make sure I'm strong enough and not falling over him to make his job harder. So in other words, when you're doing a jumping clinic, they need to jump from their hind ends and have their front end free to go over. Well, if your body is not centered, or you fall forward, then you're over their shoulders, and it makes it that much harder for them to get over the jump. So I have to work on myself. The other possibility is, if you're not centered, you could fall back, which also makes it very hard. That's oftentimes when you see horses, if you've ever watched jumping shows, you see horses kind of clip their hind feet. That could mean that the rider is a little off balance. It's not always the rider's fault, but most of the time it is. So just thinking about, what do I need to do to be in good riding condition for him. Part of that is just riding, us going out together. Part of that is doing my own exercises. So yesterday he had the day off and I rode my bike. The other thing I'm trying to do during the work week is also do a few calisthenics, make sure that I'm strengthening my legs and my core and my upper body, because these exercises are just good for us. So that's what I am thinking about, being fair to him, and continuing that bond of trust so that he doesn't feel resentful about the things I'm asking him to do. I am hoping, since this clinic went really well, the drive was pretty easy. Since this clinic went really well, I am thinking of signing up for a cow sorting clinic next week. My sister-in-law, when she was over on Thanksgiving, suggested it to me, so we've been texting back and forth on that, and that's what I hope to do. So I will include at the end of this video probably some pictures of horseback riding, and no, I can't do the gift knit because the recipient watches these sometimes, so, and I just don't know when that person is going to watch or when they're going to skip it. So again, I will try to put my Instagram somewhere in a couple of places on this so that you can see it. So take care, everyone. Happy Vlogmas, and thanks for joining me.